rain in parts of South Texas.
They can take all of that as all of Texas is parched.
Harold is expected to make landfall.
Hey, shalom, shalom, shalom. Before I get started, I want to give all the glory and honor to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakat Kodash. Double honors unto my apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Peace and safety to all the sincere Akim that's out here pushing this word in truth and in all sincerity. Shalom. All right? And I want to do this lesson. Again, another morning rant. It's Tuesday, August 22nd, 2023. And I've been listening the last few days, specifically to the local radio news station. If you hear it, in Metro Atlanta 95.5. It's the radio station that corresponds with hey, shalom to everybody tuning in. Shalom. It's the radio station that's in alliance with the local news station, TV station. So, I was listening to it this morning. Hell, last night I was listening to it. I had to go to the store. And last night, they were arguing on the radio about, was life better with Trump or Biden? And it was getting heated. But this morning, I thought I had something that I wanted to talk on. But then I kept hearing the same thing. I was like, nah, that's what, like Elder Apostle Tahar said, this subject matter I'm going to go into is honestly the most important subject matter and the subject matter of which every camp, not just Great Millstone, should be talking about, right? So I'm listening to the radio this morning. The first thing, I couldn't really get a clip of it because I'm driving. But, radio, it's popped up and I was like, damn. So the first thing was, they were talking about biometrics. And, as we know, biometrics is part of that beast system, which leads into the mark of the beast, right? And he was saying, paying with your hand, so on and so forth, right? And you got a lot of people that aren't religious, right? That don't necessarily believe in the Bible, don't necessarily believe in Revelation, the 13th chapter, but they know that this isn't right. And they were going into the privacy aspects of this. See, two things to privacy. One, in this world that we live in now, see, Esau, that's how you know. I didn't get a chance to watch the video from Elder Apostle Gabar speaking about the year 2000. But see, what do they say? Hindsight is 2020, right? 2020, the year 2000 wouldn't have been the year. I mean, now we could say this now, and I can say this in 2023, obviously. This is not about what they were going through in 97, 98, 99, 2000. This is something different. The point I'm saying is that we have been conditioned to not prioritize or even appreciate privacy. We live in a world of social media where it's a common thing to post your life. People cut the camera on and cry. Think about that. We've all seen videos where people will set up a ring light, put their phone on the ring light, position it, cut the light on, start recording, to record them crying and sharing personal information. That's the world we live in. So we've been conditioned to not care about privacy. And people of old cared all about privacy. Fences and big trees in the front of the house and living 3, 4, 5 miles away from each other and so on and so forth. But that's not the case really anymore. Privacy is kind of an old subject matter. The Patriot Act was the first thing that kind of started chipping away at American privacy, going back to, 2001, 2002? You see what I'm saying? So this thing has gradually increased to what we see today. All right. But these white people mainly, because they're the ones that's protesting, because as the scriptures say, that the children of this world are more wiser than Daniel, and Daniel was a very wise man of the Lord. He was very wise. He was and had some of the heaviest prophecies in the Bible. You know, if you ask me, I would say some of the hardest books in the Bible to read is you know, you need a teacher to understand them, is Genesis, Revelation. The book of Daniel is definitely one of those top 3 for sure. And I'll throw one in there for sake of this video. Low key, I want to say the book of Zechariah is no joke, but that's another subject matter. But those are my top 3: Genesis, Revelation, and Daniel. So for the Lord to say that thou art wiser than Daniel, that says a lot about their understanding of what the hell is going on. See, these so-called white people, they know what it is. They know that this isn't beneficial to them, and then they're challenging it. So for those that don't know, I'm touching on Revelation 13, 16 on down, dealing with that CHIP being put into your hand or your forehead. So then, as I'm listening to it, and I'm like, wow, they talking about this at 5 in the morning, you know. They go to commercial break. And the commercial was about protecting your retirement against biometrics and this next level of changes. So I was like, yeah, that was when I knew, yeah, I'm gonna speak on that this morning, because what are the chances that it's Tuesday morning at 6:15 in the morning, and this is what they're talking about. And that's because, as Apostle Tahar said, this is the most important subject matter right here. Okay? So you got to remember that this is what's going to be this talking matter. Now, they also spoke about the fact of, in the next few years, because see, we here, you know, us men serving Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shai, we don't, like me and a brother, we were talking before about this. We're out of the mouths of babes. That's us. Okay? We're not scholarly, we're not geniuses. I mean, we are in the senses of the word. I will say that. But what I mean by that, and I say that humbly, but what I mean by that is overall, we're not scholastic scholars when it comes to these subject matters, because the Lord didn't want us to present it as such. See, this thing is about faith. This is not about the technicalities and all of that. Now, we can get into some of that stuff, but overall, if Revelation the 13th chapter, the 16th verse on down doesn't register in your head, and you realize, I can't do this because the Lord said it, this, that, and the third, or, you know, however, then this isn't for you. You're not being spiritual, okay? We are here to just present this stuff in the most basic, that there shall be a mark, or there shall be the mark of the beast is something that will stop you from being able to buy and sell. Now, on the radio just now, like I said, Esau was speaking about, you know, that consumers or whoever that's doing this research, I forgot the name, like I said, it was a surprise to me, is basically anticipating by the year 2026, which is only, what are we at? Less than 2 years away, right? No, I'm tripping. We're in 2023. So about 2 years away, that they're anticipating biometrics to it's like I'm trying to park tight ass spots. All right, they're anticipating, I'm gonna close here in a second, they're anticipating biometrics to reach upwards of like $6 or $7 billion in the next few years. So they're already seeing this grow, okay? Hand swipes, you know, paying with, you know, all of this is going to evolve into what? That rice, that prick the size of a rice being inserted in your hand. You already see a woman in Whole Foods swiping her hand and making payment, man. So this is where it's going, okay? There's no denying it. It doesn't matter whether you stick your head in the ground like an ostrich. This is what it is. This is something that's going to that's coming to our front door very soon. I'm not going to sit here and say by September or the end of the year or even next summer. But we're in that time where this devil is going to start applying that pressure on this, because he knows that he have but a short time. So you got to be circumspect, be mindful, understand what's going on, read the room, as Jake liked to say, right? And understand that this is just where we are, okay? Hey, so with that, I pray that this lesson was informative, edifying. I want to give all the glory and honor to Yahweh Shem Yahushai B'Shem Rakakwadash. Hey, double honors unto my apostles and elders, a great millstone. Peace and safety to all the sincere Akim that's out here, and you sisters. Shalom.